There was no call out. There were no sick days. So for the most part, I would consider myself pretty regulated. But there are times where I would feel some type of way, no matter what the situation is. My man could be successful. I could be feeling insecure about my weight. I could just be feeling some type of way. And let's not even talk about when we get close to our cycle, how our hormones fluctuate up and down, in and out. Yes. So there are some times where a woman who is doing the work, a woman who is normally self-regulated emotionally, that she would come and need reassurance from her man. Why do men act like it is such, like a burden to, like the young lady said, just bring your woman out of it? You're not pandering to her. You're not totally catering to her. Now, if you are codependent, if the woman is codependent on you, then yes, you have an issue. But if for the most part, she's steady, she's dependable, she's clear-headed, and you have a track record of her being, regulated, why not cater to her feelings at that moment to bring her out? I've said this many times. Men don't know how easy it can be for a decent woman to come out of her emotional fit, because we're going to have them. If you don't want a woman to have emotions, then you need to be with a man. What's up, everybody? Welcome back again to Closing Open Wounds with your girl Cleisha, your cousin, your friend, all of the above. Listen, I have a reaction video for you. And before we get there, I want to introduce my co-host. This is Billy the Bell. Billy's going to be helping me out with these reaction videos because, I have a lot to say. He agrees with me on most of it. So we're going to talk about it. But I want you to take a look at this video. Now, this is going to be very controversial. You may have seen this clip on social media anywhere. And I really want everyone, male or female, to really empathize and sympathize about what we are seeing and watching. Pay close attention. And the purpose of this whole channel is to bring everyone from their corners, okay? To bring feminines from their corners, to bring masculines from their corners, so we can learn how to better cohabitate with each other. God made us different for a reason, because we have benefits that benefits each other, if you know what I mean. I got what you want, you got what I need. Like, listen, we need each other, okay? So let's just take a look at this video and we're going to talk about it. Let's do it.
Man needs to know when to come into his feminine, to pull his girl out of the fit that she may be in. And a lot of the times what men do, period, is if a woman gets into a tiff, because we have to remember, masculinity keeps track. Oh, I've showed up every day. I told her I loved her yesterday, today, this morning. You think you're doing a good job. But that one time you didn't say, I love you on the phone, we're over here like, damn, does he love me? And that's just a natural thing, by the way. People could say, well, she's insecure. You can say whatever you want to say. Why does a baby cry? Why does a dog howl? Why does the sun come up in the east and go down in the west? It's just the way that it is. And we get to emotionally regulate that. But oftentimes, what do men do? Men say, well, why are you so upset? What did I do wrong? Don't you see that I did? Now you're trying to run off the track record, not realizing that femininity lives in the now. How do I feel right now? And if you can't come to say, oh, damn, baby, you're right. I meant to say that I love you. I don't even, then she can come out of the fit and get away from the wrath and come back into flow of,
that's passive aggressive.
No, it's because we're looking at patterns. Why are we looking at patterns? Because we're checking for safety. We are always testing, am I safe here?
Whatever causes you to take the history of peace that I've given you from whatever time, right? Obviously, if I'm your man at this point, we've got at least 7, 8, 9 seasons of qualifications that made me a person that you could lead with. And because one spike or decrease in femininity makes you all of a sudden question your security, then maybe you didn't feel safe here.
No, that's
you
not
have
the truth.
You have your own work to do. But what I'm supposed to do as a man is be like, you know what, babe, I understand.
This is exactly why men and women fight, because you're going to logic and she naturally goes to emotion. What you're saying makes sense, okay?
Of course it does.
Everything that you're saying makes sense logically, but emotionally it doesn't make sense. And even a regulated dysregulated woman because it is natural. Why does a dog bark? I don't know. Why does a woman feel the way that she feels? I don't know.
No, my only problem, I understand the spike, and
Yes.
I understand that at some point she will get back to center and realize that she was safe. But what is my role other than offering a safe space for her to regulate her own feelings? I'm not going to come in here and pander to you on that day and be like, oh man, my girl.
Why does
I'm more inclined.
Why can't you just love your person for who they and how they are?
No, because it takes a lot less energy and it causes a lot less confusion if you process your own emotion as you give it out or shortly thereafter.
When you say women live in the now, it's almost like saying, what have you done for me lately?
No,
this is like,
not
girl,
that.
everything I've done, right out the window.
Year 3, season 2. Babe didn't text me, I love you back.
It throws
I don't know if
everything
I'm safe.
If she feels because she's emotionally dysregulated based off of an action that happens because she's in the now, it's really fine to say, baby, I'm feeling a little insecure because you didn't slap my booty. Like, what's up?
So that's what I'm saying.
That's her opportunity. Now you have the opportunity to meet her where she's at, to pull her out of it. You know what happens? No, turn around right now. Let me slurp that. Whatever that is. And
So
now
here
you fix
is
the
the
problem.
Well, guys, now I really want you to digest what we just saw. Okay? Again, I want to premise this by saying this is not right or wrong. This is how can we communicate as a woman and as a man? How can we cohabitate the way God created us to do so? And yes, of course, I'm a woman. I definitely understand what this young lady was saying. Now, there's a lot here. There's a lot, but I don't want this to be too long. No matter what, a woman is going to lead by emotions most of the time. Okay? We live in our emotions. You guys know that. Statistically, even when we talk and we speak, women may say 20,000 words a day. Average a man is 5,000. I mean, there's a gap. Okay. We women are expressive. We're in tune with our feelings. If we're healed, we know how to communicate those feelings. Now, in my history, I could have better communicated my feelings. So, my partner will understand how to help me. But another thing that I'm thinking about, if I don't feel safe enough to communicate those feelings, I could know exactly how I feel. But if you're not a safe place, we're not even going to talk about it. And, things happen and then, there's breakups and things like that. But I want to talk to the man that totally agrees with what the gentleman was saying. I'm not going to pander to you. I'm not going to cater to you. You need to, figure out your own feelings. Let me tell you something. Okay. We need masculinity because a healed masculine centers us. If you're dealing with a woman that is normally regulated, now you guys think that women are not supposed to have no emotion at all. But even the most secured woman, now I'm not going to say that I'm totally secure, but I hold my own because of my past and different traumas. I've only had me to rely on. So I've had to be emotional regulated. I had to be self-aware. I have to be, because most times I feel, look, no one's coming for me. There's no point of crying about it. There's no point of, having a temper tantrum. I got kids. I've always been like, I got to do this. I can't cry. I've went through breakups, divorce, all kind of manner of chaos, and still had to show up for work the next day. There was no call out. There were no sick days. So for the most part, I would consider myself pretty regulated. But there are times where I would feel some type of way, no matter what the situation is. My man could be successful. I could be feeling insecure about my weight. I could just be feeling some type of way. And let's not even talk about when we get close to our cycle, how our hormones fluctuate up and down, in and out. Yes. So there are some times where a woman who is doing the work, a woman who is normally self-regulated emotionally, that she would come and need reassurance from her man. Why do men act like it is such, like a burden to, like the young lady said, just bring your woman out of it? You're not pandering to her. You're not totally catering to her. Now, if you are codependent, if the woman is codependent on you, then yes, you have an issue. But if for the most part, she's steady, she's dependable, she's clear-headed, and you have a track record of her being, regulated, why not cater to her feelings at that moment to bring her out? I've said this many times. Men don't know how easy it can be for a decent woman to come out of her emotional fit, because we're going to have them. If you don't want a woman to have emotions, then you need to be with a man. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand it. So, I'm talking about being interdependent. It is okay for us to be interdependent. Now, I'm opening up the scope a little bit of what we just saw. Because right now she's only talked about when the woman is feeling some type of way and when she's, in a funk and she needs to come out of it, and how we go to our men sometimes to be reassured. For whatever reason, you men, you work a lot, and let's not talk about sometimes, your mood changes, or sometimes, something fluctuates, or you don't keep with the schedule, and we're like, oh, hold on, what's going on? Sometimes you do things, just not even knowing unconsciously that, we're like, oh, what happened? What's going on? And sometimes that can throw us off. It could be anything. And yes, we're going to need reinsurance. Why is it so bad? Why do men seem to demonize when a decent woman is looking for reassurance? Why is it? I have actually, and it's crazy, because as independent as I am, and as much as I stay to myself, I have been called needy. How? I have been called needy in a few situations, because I may have a request or something once in a while. A woman like me who doesn't ask for anything really much, quality time, physical touch. But, we're all busy. I'm busy. You know what I mean? You're busy. Everyone's busy. So, there are a lot of women who are used to being on their own, doing it on their own. And when they find a partner who they think that they can, rely in, gets turned away. This happens all the time. But this is what I want to bring to your attention, guys. And of course, I wrote some notes. Billy, are you with me? Oh, you with me? Okay, so we about to talk about this. Let's get into it. So we're talking about interdependence, emotions versus logic. So let's talk about it. Okay. So for the guys who totally agree with this young man, I want to bring an analogy to the forefront. And, I don't know much about cars, but I did do some research. So let me know what you guys think about this. So let's talk about an engine. You guys, men are into cars and whatnot, or into just different mechanics of things. An engine has many parts, right? To get a car going, for a car, you need spark plugs, pistons, crankshafts, and all of these different parts that move around to make the car go. You got to put gas in the car. We know that, at least women, we know to put gas in the car. You need oil change, to everything to work, like clockwork, to everything to be copacetic, right? So we're talking about a machine, but let me tell you how this can correlate to our relationships. So what if one day, the Pistons is saying, I'm tired of going up and down every day. I'm tired of getting, doing my job, or I'm tired of doing my part, or I'm just tired. What if the crankshaft said, yeah, y'all going to be stuck on the side of the road today because I'm tired of getting things moving for you. Okay. It's okay to be interdependent. What if, the freaking spark plug saying, you know what, ain't no spark today. Okay. Like, no, I'm not doing that. When you're interdependent on a person, it's not a bad thing. Now, I know you men are probably like, well, what is she talking about? What does this have to do with anything? I'm going to tell you what it has to do with. Okay. Because you men don't realize how needy you are. Okay. Now, men, I don't think you guys, because you tend to say that women, we need all of these things. And most times you're right, we do. But that doesn't negate what we do and how we show up for you guys. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being interdependent. I'm reminded of the song, what is it? Forever Mine by the OJs. You know, I got what you want. You got what I need. We were made for each other. And you know what? A sidebar, I think a lot of our relationships changed when our music changed. Like, there's so much pride today. There's so much selfishness going on today that has affected, you know, our relationships. Okay. I thought about that song, and I thought about different songs that, you know, expressed how much we need each other. We're in a different world now. It's really sad. Most men will believe that a woman is needy or insecure when she looks for reassurance. Now, if a woman is consistently needs your validation, then yes, she may have some work that she need to do. If she's codependent, if she can't do anything without you, she can't go to work, she can't cook, she can't take care of the kids, she doesn't have an identity of her own, she's lazy, she's slouched, or she's depressed, you know, that's codependency. But interdependency is something totally different. Now, what is interdependent? The definition of interdependent is two or more people or things dependent on one another. Just like that engine. The engine, the crankshaft is dependent on the pistons, and we're dependent on the spark plugs, and you know, we need the gas to flow through, and you know, air needs to be in the engine to combust, and it's a whole bunch. It's a barrage of different things that gets the car running. If I need you and you need me, and we're balancing out everything and we're meeting each other's needs, there is nothing wrong. We always talk about codependency, but we have negated what interdependence actually is. Okay? And like I said, even the most secure woman, sometimes a woman is just going to feel how she feels. And no, men, you're not going to understand it. But if you love her, you don't have to understand it. You just have to meet her where she is. Because as women, we do that for you men all the time. And that's what I want to talk about. Okay, so for me, growing up, I didn't receive the affection from my parents. And it has caused abandonment issues. You guys know it has caused me to be hyper independent. It has caused me not to even put myself in positions where I ask anybody for anything. It's made me grind more. It's made me clean up my credit. It made me be more self-sufficient, right? But Cleisha in love, that's a whole nother chick for the most part. You know, those things that I didn't get as a child comes to the surface when I'm in the presence of a safe man. And that's what happened. You have a lot of women, especially, you know, 35 and up, who are doing the work. We know our triggers. We know our traumas. We are self-aware. We're like, okay, is this abandonment talking? Is this, you know, what is this that you're doing right now? You know, I'm constantly talking myself off the ledge because I know what I'm dealing with. I'm addressing what I've been dragging in the wagon. You know, we talk about that. What are we dragging? You know what I mean? But when the little girl comes up, when the little Cleisha comes up, she wants to be cared for. She does want to be catered to. And is that wrong? Because time and time and time again, a good woman is catering to the little boy in a man. We're all just little people. I'm not demonizing either side. Okay. We're all catering to the little person inside of us. We're children in adult bodies. Okay. I really dislike when men use the word needy to describe a woman who has to do it all on her own. The woman, that is there for you. And flip it if you need to. If you're a man watching this and your woman is not catering to you, or when you need reassurance or something, she's not there for you and everything. Yeah, I understand how you feel. Because of the different traumas and different things that you've been through, you don't want anyone to feel unseen. Oh, I hear you. Because there are some good men that are emotional regulated and who can come out of the masculine onto his feminine side when he sees that, hey, let me not take it personal. This is just something that she needs right now in the moment. Where a 10-second kiss, a 30-second hug. Do you know how much stress hugs relieve? Like, do you know what you do when you cuddle with a person? Do you know how much stress and anxiety leaves that person? When you just take a few minutes out of your day to make your person see, to make your person feel seen. That's all it takes. For someone, like the man said, year after year, season after season, I have shown up for you. I'm not like this 24/7. If she is like that, if that person is like that, then you might have to move about the cabin. Why is it so hard for us to cater to each other? Why is pride and ego? Oh, I ain't pandering to you. I'm not doing that today. Wow. When that person does so much for you in different ways. Okay. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Women cater to men in so many ways, but because it's not drastic or so emotional, you guys forget real quick how much a good woman does for you. And most of us don't complain about it. We do it because we want to take care of you, especially if you're a good man. Some of the things: cooking, cleaning, taking care of you, packing your clothes, packing your lunch, ironing your clothes, acting as your secretary. I was a secretary to one of my ex-husbands. Taking care of the kids. And let's not even talk about in the bedroom. You want a porn star in the bedroom. Okay, let's talk about that. All right. God forbid if you guys get sick. You know how some of you men act when you're sick. Okay. Again, I don't think it's fair when you don't think about everything that she's done for you, and all you have to do is say a kind word. All you have to do is hold her, reassure her. You men, y'all are doing your thing. You out here, you making moves, y'all are hustling. You're in corporate America. You out here doing your thing. Of course, we're insecure creatures. All of us, really. Men, you are insecure too. But a woman is more vocal about it. Now, she may not necessarily say, oh, what she's insecure about, you looking really good. And, I had these kids, I done put on some weight, and I know you working with Becky with the good hair. And, I feel, are you still attracted to me? Yeah, we go through it. We're human. Don't demonize a woman for feeling the feelings that God created us to have. If a woman had a choice, we would not feel like this. We wouldn't. I know I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to be. If I could be more in my masculine, I probably would, because it's no fun. It's no fun being over here. I mean, a good woman will turn into a member of Destiny's Child for you. Let me cater to you, cause baby, this is your day. Like, we running water. We hot plate. This is good women. I don't, everybody's not privy to a good woman, but I'm just saying, if you got a good woman and she's really been 10 for 10, like, really, You really think it as a burden to take care of her, to bring her out of that wrath, to help her get to center? We do it for you men all the time. I don't think that that's too much to ask, especially if you are living together or you are together. You may not even be living together. And, you know, you men, sometimes you guys are getting better at communicating. You know what, babe, I had a bad day. And, you know, I'm just, you know, I just need some time where you know what we do? A good woman, babe, let me run your water. Let me rub your back. No. Let me pray over you. What one? Oh, this nigga being needy. We may complain about it to our girlfriends, you know, our sisters. But a good woman is going to see your deficiency and she's not going to hold it against you because you're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be a team. In this moment, you have something that I need. Are you too prideful to give it to the woman that you say you love? And then when you deprive her, and if you're a man, a repeat offender who keeps depriving your woman, then you mad because she's in love with the work husband, the one that notices her. Now you're mad. Being a man is more than just paying bills. Is it a big job? Absolutely. And you guys know I love men. I'm pro men. I stick up for the men. I speak up for the men. But it is more to relationships and marriage than you just paying the bills and coming home and plopping on the couch. Yes, women, we have emotional needs, but you guys have physical needs. Oh, babe, you had a bad day. You want me to, we wrapping up hair. You need some extra, you know what I mean? Bedroom action. Let me tighten you up right now. Yeah. Women, yeah, we out here. We taking care of your needs. So, again, why is it so wrong for you to take care of our needs? And yes, I understand it's uncomfortable. I get it. Because if you didn't have a mother or if you have abandonment issues and you have things, yeah, you're going to be uncomfortable with it. But you got to do what's best for your current relationship. You have to do what's best for your marriage. Okay? God made us the way we are, male and female, for a reason. He designed us this way for a reason because we do need each other. Foolish is the person that thinks that they don't need anybody. If you think that, you're very foolish because we were created for relationships. We were created for that. Not just so we don't be lonely, but it's also to help us grow. Even the most healed person has so much more to learn. We will never arrive. There's always something new that we could learn. There's always room for improvement. You know, I don't understand. But yet you men hate when women are in their masculine energy, though. She act like a man. She the man. She don't need no man. But when you have chances to bring women or keep women in their feminine energy, you leave. You abort the mission. And I say this all the time. Men are very important in our society, in our relationships, in our family dynamics, because when you disregard your position, you create masculine women. An absent man, an absent healed man. Let me specify, because it can't just be any man, because some men make things worse. But the absence of a good healed man will result in a masculine woman. A masculine woman, I should say. This is where it starts. where you think, you know, you don't have to do it, then don't be in a relationship. Not with a woman. Be with a masculine woman who never needs you, who's selfish, who thinks about herself and never cries and never says that she needs you. I don't understand. I just don't think it's fair. I just don't think it's fair, you know, to have anyone, male or female, tell them to go sit in a corner and figure out their own emotions. We're all children. Sometimes we can't articulate what's going on or how we're feeling or why we're even feeling this way. Because everything is attributed to things that have happened in our past, in our adolescence. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I'm feeling it. And if I've been there for you, whether emotional or physical, natural, whatever, why is it so hard for you to be there for me? The moral of the story is, again, and I've preached it a million times already, is that we need each other. And it's okay to need each other. It's okay to be interdependent. Yes, if I'm in love with a man, I need his touch. I need his hugs. I need his warmth. I need to feel safe. I mean, we are all out here in this world trying to find our way with so much that's going on, you know, especially when we go outside these doors. Before, women wanted their rights and all this crap, that was the worst thing, you know, and men had to go out there and work. We took pride, especially in the Black community, we took pride in taking care of our husbands, making sure the house was clean, the kids were taken care of, his dinner was ready, his food was ready, and we took care in catering to him because we knew he was out there fighting in the world, coming against all kinds of different, just negative and, just a whole bunch of things. They were up against a lot. So us women, we took pride in taking care of them. But now, us women, we out here too. Now we're in corporate America. Now we're out here and we're having to deal with the same issues that you are dealing with. And sometimes as a woman, it's more because we don't get the same pay as men. God forbid if we're Black. I mean, the odds are stacked against us as well. So if I'm out here working and I'm having a bad day as a woman, I should be able to come to my husband, who I would do anything for, and get reassurance from him. Because what happens is, if you don't, there will be someone who will. And we'll talk about that in another video. So, let me know what you think. I know this was hard. Again, this is not to demonize men at all. This is for us to really uncover what's really going on and give us steps to get back together. Help us understand one another. I don't like videos that just demonize the people and just leave it there. The point of this whole ministry, though, the point of this channel is to bridge the gap. How can we cohabitate together in a respectful, loving way? How can we do that? What is it going to take? And that's my heart for this. I just want to make men aware. And I just want to stress this. Men, we need you. You cannot say you want a feminine woman. You want a woman that you can lead and you not meet her needs. That doesn't make any sense. Think about your daughter. If you have daughters, think about them. You're their hero. You should be. They should be able to come and tell you about anything. But that's all I have for today. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. I know this was rough. I know it was a lot, and I pray that you hear my heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I told you guys my birthday's in October, and all I want is 500 subscribers, and we are trickling to that number, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for the new subscribers. I see you. Thank you so much. But keep doing what you're doing. Like and share this video. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I know this was controversial. If you don't feel like, you need to cater to anyone and, whatever, and you got to be careful of situations like that, because if your partner doesn't need you, those needs may be getting met somewhere else by someone else. I'm just trying to help. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.